Hello everyone, welcome back to Small Talk. A brief update on stock market today. We all know that FOMC meeting is has started today and it's going to be between today and tomorrow. Wall Street is expecting for Fed Chair Jerome Powell to do a 25 basis points rate cuts. There's a 98% chance of, or at least that's what market thinks, that Fed Chair will do 25 basis points rate cuts in this FOMC meeting. Once that happens, of course, the market is going to continue. There's a market rally has been continuing since the election, and the Wall Street predicts that it's going to keep continuing going forward once the rate cuts are done. Today I was pulling back a little bit because today is the first day of the meeting, so market was pulling back a little bit just in anticipation of what Jerome Powell will decide. I was looking at Tesla this morning, and boy, Tesla just keeps soaring. Actually, every time I decide that I'm going to sell my shares, some big news come up again, and then I'm kind of forced to hold my shares. So, in fact, I was talking to a good friend of mine on Friday, and I told her that if Tesla hits 450 on Monday, which I know it will, I'm going to sell all my shares. And then Monday morning, I woke up and I realized that Dan Ives of Wedbush has increased his price target on Tesla from 400 to 515 bear case and 650 bull case by the end of next year. But we all know when they increase their price targets and they give you 1 year timeline, usually the stocks hit that price line way before that. So then I had to hold my stock until it hits at least 515, which is his bear case. So I was holding it. And then last night again, it went up another $10 after the close, after market hours, because another analyst, Mizuho Securities analyst, has increased his price target as well up to $515. So now I'm kind of forced to hold Tesla until it hits $515, which I'm pretty sure it's going to hit. I had already predicted previously, before even all these price targets came up, that Tesla is going to hit 500 by the end of the year. I'm still holding that view. I think it is going to hit $500 by the end of the year, and then it's going to continue going forward. um, so this right before I recorded this video, Tesla has come down a little bit to 460 levels, which I think it was expected anyway, because it has gone up so much in past couple days. In particular, the people have decided to take some profits, and that's smart. When a stock runs up so much, it's okay to take some profit, and then buy back in maybe when it dips a little bit. Next stock I wanted to talk about was NVDA. NVDA has obviously entered into a correction territory, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I'm actually happy that it's going down, because as I told you, I was not invested in NVIDIA, and I was looking forward to buying some shares when it dips. And this dip is actually a blessing, because everything in the stock market is going up and you feel like that you're missing out. So there are lots of people who would just want to FOMO in, and that's risky. And that's why I'm just sitting back and relaxing and waiting patiently, because I wanted to buy in NVIDIA. It has entered into correctional territory. However, the RSI looks like it has been oversold a little bit, and it's a good time to buy in. My goal was, if it hits below 130, I'm going to buy some shares. I'm out and about. Hopefully, by the time I go back home, I will buy some shares. If it still is under 130, then I will have my position in NVIDIA as well. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was Uber. I know that I spoke about Uber last time, and I know that Uber has gone down significantly from its all-time high. My goal was, if it hits $58, I will buy in. It hit 59. I'm still waiting, because I know by Friday it's probably going to go down another dollar or so, and then I will start my position in Uber as well. My husband is already holding a lot of shares in Uber, but that's because he worked for Uber and they gave him lots of equity. So it's not like he actually bought it and that's been riding for him. So he's a rich man. I don't have any shares of Uber, so I'm going to buy this dip and ride the wave. Next stock I wanted to talk about was Broadcom. Boy, oh boy, that stock has run so much in past few days, and I think it still has room to run. Even if it doesn't run in the short term, I think it's a good idea to start a position with Broadcom and keep it a long-term investment play. Don't make it a swing trade, because that's a stock that you want to hold long term, just like Tesla, NVDA, Google, Uber, Amazon, all those good stocks. Because as I said, this is an era of AI. For next 10 to 20 years, I think these stocks are going to make you very rich. So if you haven't started a position, it was pulling back a little bit today, but I think if it pulls back a little bit more, it'll be a smart idea to kind of start a position and then invest into it in the long term and maybe retire earlier. I did talk about a couple stocks, Aviation and Serve stock, in my last video. It's been a while, so you probably don't remember it. Serve stock is the one that NVIDIA and Uber has very large position in those, and I wanted to buy Serve stock if it hits $10. It did hit 1080, but I was not available to do the trade at that time. I was very busy. This would have been my swing trade. I wasn't going to hold it long term, because that stock is a long term play, but also you can make lots of money by swinging that stock. So, but I missed the ride, and boy, it had ran up almost 80-90% since then. It was trading at $17 uh, and some change earlier when I looked at it. Same thing with Arch Aviation. It started off ever since Kathy from ARK Invest has invested into this. She sold some of her shares of Tesla, which she always do that just to balance her portfolio, because Tesla stock has run up so much. So she has to take some money out of Tesla, and she had to invest it elsewhere. So she invested into Arch Aviation. That stock, I have placed my buy order at 857. It did go to 857 this morning, but I guess it might have not hit exactly 857. It might have been up a few pennies. And then it ran up to $9.24. If it hits my price target, I'm going to start a position with Arch Aviation, and that'll also be a medium to long-term position for me, so I'm going to hold it. Obviously, you guys decide whatever you want to do based off of your own financial needs and your financial situations. It's not a personalized financial advice, but these are some of the stocks which are not very overpriced and high priced. And if you start a position now, you'll make a good money in medium term and long term if you hold those stocks. That includes NVIDIA, Uber, Arch Aviation. Serve has gone up so much, so I think at this point it's pointless. Broadcom, and Moderna. I don't know what's going on with Moderna. I've been holding Moderna for a long time, and I was stupid enough not to sell it when it went to $500 a couple of years ago. I should have sold it then, but I guess greed is what gets you. I was hoping that it will go to $1,000, which was very stupid of me. So now I'm losing lots of money on it, but I'm holding it because I know these big pharma companies. It's a very solid company. It has a few things in the pipeline. Not any time in the short term, but I'm patient. I'm in no rush. I don't need that money, so I can sit here until I recover my money back, and then maybe I'll sell it. I used to invest in lots of penny stocks, but I learned my lesson the hard way. Penny stocks are like quick in and out type of stocks, and I didn't realize that you don't hold those in the long term, because those companies are at very initial stage, or they have gone down so much that they became penny stocks for a reason. And you can maybe day trade them or swing trade them for a day or two and then just sell out of them. But I didn't do that, and I lost quite a bit of money in those. So my advice to those who are new in the stock market, please do not invest into penny stocks. And if you do buy penny stocks, make sure you're in and out. 10-20% profit should be good enough, and you can just sell them. There were some stocks that I had made 1,000% profit because I held them for a couple of months and they rode up to the 1,000%, and I was still greedy enough that I didn't sell those. Sometimes when you're new in the market, you make those mistakes, and those mistakes come with a heavy price. So please don't do this. It's always good to invest into solid companies. The profit may not be as much. You probably won't make 100% in one day, but whatever profit you make, at least you won't be nervous that it could crash at any moment, because those penny stocks, they're very high risk, high reward stocks. If you're wise and you're smart, you can reward yourself by taking those high risk, and you can do a very good job and make lots of money, but you could lose a lot of money as well. So my advice to those who are beginners in the stock market, please don't invest into penny stocks. Always stick with the solid companies with strong balance sheet, good pricing power, and good strategy, and good business models. That's what I've learned from my mistakes. What's my opinion? So my opinion is, Fed is definitely going to do a 25 basis point rate cuts tomorrow. In January next year, I don't know how many rate, they may not do as many rate cuts as the market was expecting, but it's okay. Market is still going up, and I think for the next 4 years during Trump administration, I think the market is going to keep going up, and particularly Tesla, because Trump is doing a lot of things to ease lots of those regulations on Tesla. I don't know if Elon Musk is in Trump's pocket or Trump is in Elon Musk's pocket, but whatever is the case, it's working for those who are invested into Tesla. At this point, the fundamentals of Tesla have not changed. Obviously, it's in overbought territory. It'll be a wise idea to take some profit at this point if if you don't want to hold it long term, because I think you've already held it through lots of gains in this stock. At this point, I guess people are just investing on Elon Musk's name and his ties with Trump, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes momentum actually pays better than the actual fundamentals. But I think it is becoming more and more risky as it's going up. So my goal is, if it hits 500, I'm going to sell it. 515 would be ideal, but 500 probably I'm going to take some profit. 515 I'm going to sell my entire position, given that no other news is popped up which will make the stock run even higher. So that always happened to me. It's been happening to me for past two weeks, that I would say, okay, I'm going to sell at 400, and the news will pop up, so I'll hold. Then I said I'll sell at 450, and the news popped, and of course I didn't sell. Now my goal is $500 to $515, because I think it's going to hit that 500 by end of this year, hopefully, and then 515 earlier next year, maybe the first month of January of 2025. I think it'll hit that price target, and I will sell my shares at that point. I think that's it. My update is completed. After the Christmas and New Year's, I will start my series of videos on banking, currency, finance, current financial system, current economic system, and how to replace that, and how to look at things, and how we can implement an Islamic economic, or I would say ethical economic and ethical banking system. And I will also give a solution how to replace this current conventional banking system with the Islamic banking system or Islamic financing system, which will be much more beneficial for the society, which is not going to happen, but I have an idea, and I want to, and at some point I hope the societies will implement that. Bitcoin, what can I say? Now, I'm still not in Bitcoin. It just keeps going up, but I think at this point Bitcoin is in a bubble. I wouldn't be surprised. They're probably going to hit 150 because of Trump, but then I think there's going to be a quick downfall, and we might be able to buy it. I don't know if we'll see under 100, but you never know, you'll be surprised. So right now it's too expensive for me to buy. First of all, I don't have that much money, and I just don't want to buy a fraction of coin, and it has already gone up. Maybe I should have bought it when it was $70,000. I would have made some money, but that's okay. You don't always win every single stock and cryptocurrency that exists in the market. So you have, so you win some, you lose some, and that's part of the game. I hope this video helps. Please give my video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please give me your thoughts in the comment section below. And good luck out there. Take care.